So then oh shoot. But that's weird because I thought that me sitting there would make my head.
Are you sitting on a pad?
Yeah.
Oh, get off the pad.
Yeah. All right.
What's up, y'all?
Hey.
Nice. Let's get it going.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Oh. Welcome to Punchie TV.
Welcome to Punchie TV with your hosts.
Welcome to Punchie TV. I am Punchie with your host, Punchie, from JesseLeePeterson.com show. Oh, Joel Friday, the host of the... What am I saying about you? The American Anchor Baby. The host of the American Anchor Baby show. James Hake, a host of the Hake Report. Welcome to Punchie TV. Punchie.
In regards to, I have some clips I want to show you guys. In regards to like a couple different things, but to start off, like the roles of men and women, a lot of people don't understand them. That's pretty evident in what we see in the world today.
Yeah.
All across the board. And I have some interesting clips of different people speaking on it.
I thought you didn't want to be the relationships channel.
I know, but this was so
No,
good.
I'll take it if you don't want it.
Punchie TV,
This is
mending
so
relationships.
Because it's a good, fine topic. If you don't want it, I'll
This
take
is
it.
perfect. No, and this is so good. And I thought about it too. I was like, do I want it? But this is so good. I had to show you guys. This is from Instagram. A woman speaks on how hard it is to be in the traditional role as a woman. Here's the first clip.
Sounds amazing.
Wasn't 50-50. The dishes wasn't 50-50. The laundry wasn't 50-50. The cleaning wasn't 50-50. And that's an everyday job. I come home and then got food on the table, clothes on the bed, got everywhere. I'm organized and clean, so every day I'm exhausted. I'm coming home, I'm cleaning my house, and yes, I do that anyways, but when it's just you, it's just you. When you are cleaning up for a man and his children and other people, it is a whole full-time job, and you don't get time for yourself, and that's why women get burnt out, and you're no longer happy in your relationship, because you're coming home and a man is sitting on the couch because he's tired from work, and you're making sure you're catering to him.
So what? So what? So what?
I don't understand. Where is the value in that?
Okay, so here's the first clip.
So what?
What do you guys think about that? Because
Did she not realize she was getting married?
I don't know technically if she's married or not, or she's speaking about a relationship, but she's still playing.
She got hoodwinked. She was like at the altar. She was like, da, 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 and then she sat down and like, wait, I'm married? Well, I didn't know I was getting married. That's what happened, right?
I don't know what the rules are with her, but either she's in a relationship, not married, and playing marriage, or she's married and mad about the situation. But either way, that's how she feels.
Or she's imagining. Maybe she's imagining.
Or she could be imagining. Yeah.
Who is this? I don't think that the editing helped her because she's already too intense, talking way too fast, has the wrong energy.
Yeah.
Whoever married her is regretting it right now. Watching, seeing her talk like that.
And it's
but
a viral
the editing
clip too.
made it go even faster.
Yeah.
Something happened.
That's true.
What brought her to this?
Too many syllables.
What man brought her to this?
Too many syllables, too fast for that not to be Spanish.
But I don't understand. Did she not know she was getting married?
Well, you know, the interesting thing is, too.
Is she working? Did she say that she's working? Or, I mean, did she indicate that she's a woman and working and doing all that?
So just so the audience knows, this is all the information that we have. We're trying to piece it together. Yeah, we don't know, the background of it. We're just judging it based off of what we've seen here. To me, what I seen, just to add a little more context, is that she's Hispanic for one. Right?
Oh, I thought she was black.
She's Hispanic, and usually in, I don't know her situation, how she was raised, but in Hispanic households, they tend to be more traditional leaning as far as the husband and the wife. The wife is expected to cook and do that stuff and blah, blah, blah. That's known in the Hispanic household.
And she better, when we're at a party, she better make me a plate.
You better make the plate.
I'm sitting here with no plate. I see every other guy with a plate. I have no plate. I have no wife all of a sudden.
You're right. And that's expected. But She's also young. She looks like a millennial. We don't know for sure. She looks like a millennial. So she has that. Also, you heard her say 50-50. So she has that feminist,
Yeah,
modern
young.
woman type thing in her mind as well. To where it's like, I do half this. He don't help me out with the groceries. Da, da, da. So it seems like she has that battle kind of going on within her mind of traditional and the modern thing.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. She's been set up and brainwashed into thinking that those things are a pain to do, when if you're just doing what you're supposed to do, then it's enjoyable and it's part of life that you're doing that cleaning and all that and organizing and cooking and all that stuff. It's not it's not like an obnoxious. It may be a chore, but it's it's part of what you're supposed to be doing, and it's not something that you're resenting.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a burden.
It's not adding to your stress.
Yeah.
It's totally part of life, man. And, you know, I feel like I went through this back, like when I got my second job. You know, I was working retail and I was going to school. And I'm like, I have no time for myself. No. It felt the same way. I'm like, I got over that, like, back at my second job. So, I don't know. It's like this is part of life. And here's the thing that women don't get. Because it seems like they're fighting over, well, now after we're done cooking and cleaning, there's no time for, I don't know. It sounded like there was no time for her.
Yeah.
But the thing that women don't get is guys don't like doing that stuff. They really don't. They it's a chore. It's a chore that they do because you got to do it.
They don't like doing what specifically?
Anything.
Oh, you mean like cleaning or helping with the dishes?
No, relationship stuff. Because she's saying like it sounded like she wanted more time for her or something.
I think she meant having more time for
Where's
herself.
the value in this? Where's the relationship? She said.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, she's talking about it sounded like she was referencing the high value male thing. So where's the high value in that? Where's the high value in me having to do all this stuff for the man?
Yeah.
What? Can we watch it again?
Yeah, play it again.
Oh, man.
Oh, Lord.
It wasn't 50-50. The dishes wasn't 50-50. The laundry wasn't 50-50. The cleaning wasn't 50-50. And that's an everyday job. I come home and they got food on the table, clothes on the bed, got everywhere.
Why she
I'm
talk
organized
black?
and clean, so every day I'm exhausted. I'm coming home, I'm cleaning my house, and yes, I do that anyways, but when it's just you, it's just you. When you are cleaning up for a man and his children and other people, it is a whole full-time job, and you don't get time for yourself, and that's why women get burnt out, and you're no longer happy in your relationship, because you're coming home and a man is sitting on the couch because he's tired from work, and you're making sure you're catering to him.
So what?
I don't understand. Where is the value in that?
In this case, I think she's talking about the value of a relationship. Like, we don't even spend time together.
Yeah.
After all the cooking and cleaning is done, we don't even spend. But women, the guys don't like doing. That's a chore.
Yeah.
I don't know any guy who really likes doing that. And when they do, they just haven't gotten to the point where they stop liking it.
So, like doing what?
Anything. Really anything.
With her, you mean?
Right.
Oh, like spending time with her.
Yeah,
going
the stuff that
dates.
she's talking about valuable here.
Happy, what makes her happy and stuff like that.
Relationship.
I see. No, that's interesting. You know, also I was thinking too that, you know, the whole 50-50 thing, and the key thing that stood out to me that what she said is that the women will burn out, and I realized that they only burn out because it's intellectualized that they need to be traditional, or that they clean, that they're supposed to clean, that they're supposed to cook. These things are supposed to be done naturally because you just see it and you just fall into your role, right? But she's saying burn out because it sounds like, we don't know, that she feels like she's forced to do this. Like she has to do this or she's not a real woman. And when that happens, it doesn't come from you. You don't enjoy doing it. You don't see that that's what you're supposed to do. You're more so maybe following a teaching by your Hispanic culture opposed to understanding why you're supposed to do it. Do you think a man, for one, you never hear a man complaining about him having to go to work and come back home. I don't have enough time to do that stuff. That never.
That's such a good point, because if a guy was doing that, you'd be like, man up or something. But this is the real world, and I notice girls, they'll take stuff that happens to anybody. Anybody can relate to feeling burnt out. Like, where's my time for me?
Yeah.
But it's like, because they're children, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
But it's what anybody who can relate to that. We can't make it a big deal and be like, yeah, you're right.
Right.
Like, no,
right.
if a man did that, we'd tell him to suck it up and go to work.
And get back
I
to
think
work.
part of it might be that that a lot of women are working now, and yet they're still trying to be normal women where they clean and cook and take care of the house and all that. If they're working a job and then they're having to do that, I could see them burning out. But they followed that setup. They followed that setup of working and getting educated, and then
this is your world,
and then trying to do that. That's been a setup by society, and that's been a setup on them that they have this ego to have a career and be valuable, and have my own life, and then also play a woman.
Yeah, and
That's
50-50 is weird to me. The way she phrased it,
do 50-50 like of the work?
50-50 of her
the
work.
housework?
That's the thing.
Her work.
That's the thing.
But it is a messy society. But and this is anecdotal, it's just people I know and stuff I've seen. It's never 50. It's never too much on the woman or too much on one. They're both doing a whole bunch. Usually they're both doing a whole bunch. If maybe he's not cleaning or something, he's doing something else.
Right.
That's what I've noticed. It's never the woman is just doing so much and he's just sitting around.
Right.
She's mad because she found him one time sitting around while she was doing something.
Or he knows how to relax. And she only knows how to worry and stress and judge him.
But Joel, you said that if they only knew about the culture. What were you saying about the culture? If they only knew, these women, they seem to have this idea of the culture, but if they only knew that it was their role or something, they would feel better?
That a lot of people are just taught, like a lot of women are taught in their home, maybe by their traditional mothers or grandmothers, that they're taught that you need to be in the kitchen or you need to clean. But they don't really understand, like it's intellectualized. They don't really understand that why they're doing it. So they're just robotic. They're going through the motions. And that's, you burn out out of obligation.
Yeah.
And of course you're going to burn out because it's just like working out.
You think that's what's wrong with her? You think if she only understood what you're talking about, she would change?
I think that
you think that's what's wrong with her?
I think that part of it is her modern feminist type of mindset of this 50-50 thing that has her believing that it's unfair. Mm-hmm. She doesn't know that that's her role. It doesn't seem like she knows that that's what you have to do, just like we have to do what men been doing what we have to do. You think so?
She knows, even if it's not like a male-female godly thing where it's like the man and the woman is separated, even if it's like a liberal 50-50 thing, she knows that I have my job, they have their jobs or whatever. Like, there's no such thing as feminism. That's not what's wrong with it. It's a way of justifying her hate to the man.
Yeah.
There's no feminism. It's just, what can I use to justify what I'm feeling right now? What I'm feeling right now is my life. I don't have enough time for me. And all these feelings, how can I make it his problem and blame him for it?
Meaning like she's feeling hate or anger that she has to do all this stuff. So she's using him to blame. I don't know what you mean.
And putting that out and blaming someone else for everything she's feeling.
The
frustration that
I could see that
most men have felt at their own jobs.
Yeah.
She's like, well, this is the problem with society.
And instead of just saying like, this is life or let me figure out what's wrong here, it's like, no, this is not 50-50. Why do I have to do all this? You're not helping type of thing.
It's not even that logical because then you could say, yeah, she was brainwashed by feminism. No, she's just hateful, man. This is the woman's hatred. This is what it looks like.
Well, there's a second part of the clip where the man who is, I think it's his podcast, it's a viral clip, so there's not much details on where the actual podcast is.
What's her Insta?
You said what?
What is it about?
You said what?
What's her Insta?
But there's a clip where he pushes back on her against her complaining about the situation.
The guy who says, so what?
So what?
Yo.
Yeah.
So what? So what? So what?
I don't understand. Where is the value in that?
Fellas, do not choose a woman who don't want to be a woman.
Are you delusional?
The modern day woman, right there. I'm gonna go to work like you. Do you want me to cook, clean? So what? Yes, you're gonna cook, clean, do this and do that. And guess what? He taking the trash out, he fixing the house, he making sure this. But we have different duties, functions, and responsibilities. My wife don't want my duties, and I don't want hers. We have different responsibilities. Just because I can see you cook the food and you can't see me clean the gutters, you don't even care about that stuff, but it still need to be done. Men have different responsibilities. So all this, I cook and I clean and that's part of your function. But when your tire is flat, my function is to make sure you have a new tire.
But
when
that's
your
what
car
I'm
need an
saying.
oil change, it's my job to make sure these people ain't ripping you off. We have different duties and functions and responsibilities. And if you don't love your duty, your function, your responsibility, you're not fit to be a wife, period.
That's an amazing clip. Can I just jump in?
Go ahead, go.
Isn't it funny when men and women argue, the stories always change a little bit? When it was her, the guy, well, I think it might be real in her case, right? 'Cause she might be talking about an actual person.
Right.
But the guy in her story doesn't do anything. He's sitting around, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning his stuff and all
Yeah.
that. And the guy, when it came to him, the guy in his story is watching out for your bills, watching out for you don't get scammed.
Yeah.
I'm out here cleaning the gutters.
Yeah, doing his part. Yeah.
But
And- no, that's
they got their own stories.
That's a great point. And you never hear, or at least you rarely hear, a guy complaining in the same way that she is. He's just doing what he has to do. And I think that, like what James was saying, is that I think she's really complaining for the most part at the anger thing too. That's a good point. But also because she's doing unnecessary stuff. Why is she at home cooking and stuff and working?
Right.
Right? Why does she also have a full-time job or whatever, part-time, whatever she has, on top of what she's doing? That's a big part of the reason why you're probably feeling tired and don't have time for yourself.
Yeah, true. The thing about her was right away you just see that nasty, angry, evil, aggressive face.
You're delusional.
Stressed out.
Yeah. That's the anger.
Martha.
Shit there.
Like Jesus told Martha, you're worried and upset about many things. And meanwhile, Mary's at his feet all chilling and listening to him.
Yeah. No, it's an interesting thing.
It's a woman thing to be stressed out.
And you can see it on your face, like you say, though. You can see on her face that she's angry and that she has that hateful thing. And her mind is all messed up. Like, she's complaining and she's probably really, it doesn't seem like she's just caught up in the moment. It seems like she's been believing it. This is her belief.
She's ready to do this.
She's ready.
I just need a chance to let this out.
She was waiting for this podcast to.
Yeah, there's kind of a performance that she was putting on.
Yeah. But I think that, if she really understood, and I think men tend to understand their role a lot clearer than, especially today, than a woman understands her role. Like she wants to do all these kind of things, but yet still have peace. Or a man is like, he's just doing what he has to do. And maybe he might complain here and there, but he's not like blowing up on podcasts about having to fix the car or change a tire or have a regular job.
So far, the way you describe roles are the things that they're doing. One cooks and the other one does this and all that. And so the way that looks may have changed. What I'm trying to get at is that this whole roles thing, she doesn't know the roles or something. I don't know. Even if you're this liberal, some part of you knows that we're two people coming together to do this thing together. Like at least that, right? And so, yeah, okay, so the woman's working where she shouldn't be working. But isn't the guy working too? So they're both, this strange society we live in has divvied up work in a strange way. Do you understand what I'm getting at? And so she has to work and do other stuff, but he has to work and do other stuff. So
you're saying
there's no logic here. She's not saying, it's not that she doesn't understand that there's a role. She's just mad.
You're saying because
they're both working.
Yeah, because they're both equally doing what they agreed to equally do, right? So why is she complaining and he's not, type of thing, is what you're saying.
Right.
She shouldn't be complaining. If she's complaining,
even
it's
if
because
the roles are kind of messed up right now.
Yeah.
It's still this is your liberal world you want. It's kind of 50-50 right now.
And
we're both working and we're both doing housework.
And
we're
that
assuming
had to
many
have been
things here.
something that they agreed on. But what it sounds like she's saying, and then we'll move on to the next clip. What it sounds like she's saying is it's not 50-50, right?
That's what it sounds like, yeah.
And so that must mean, we don't know, right? Allegedly. It must mean that he's not helping out with the dishes. He's not helping out with cleaning. But yet she's doing all that and working. And it seems like she's mad about that.
I've heard this one before.
When you started to say that, I was thinking about how you're talking about, she is talking about, and he is talking about the physical things that they're doing. But we talked about the roles. The role is the man's supposed to be the calm one, and from that calmness, the wife calms down. But she's not calm.
Yeah.
She's a mess.
And that makes you question the
Who knows?
the boyfriend or the husband.
He killed it with that
if
one.
she has one.
Yeah, that's true.
Which, the way that she was acting, maybe she doesn't have one anymore.
But I don't know. The guys today accept that. The guys
I
today are
know.
okay with it. They
Yeah.
allow that to happen.
For sure.
It's interesting. But we have more stuff, more mess that I want to show you guys.
Those
different-
two aren't married, are they? The ones who are going back and forth?
not that I know of.
Okay,
not that I
good.
know of. But this next clip here is.
What do you want to say?
Bill wants to jump in. Bill, there's a mic over there. This one is also.
Yeah, true.
This one is also from Instagram, and this looked like a forum that they were at. It doesn't explain specifically what this was, but it looked like a forum where there was a panel of a few guys and a couple girls, and a man on that panel explains the double standard on women's feelings being respected and heard over men's.
And I'm just going, ladies, give me grace. I don't feel like men are given that safe space in a relationship to be vulnerable and to be honest without being judged or without it being hijacked about how I made you feel about my honesty. And so what a lot of men learn to do through conditioning with dealing with women over time, even with their mothers, even with their family members, is learn to internalize this, because even if I have a legitimate gripe, I know when I tell you this, you may start to cry, you may start to flip it, and now I'm talking more about how you feel about what I said than what I actually said. And so we always talk about providing safe space for women, and that's a conversation, period, and stick that. But also for men, I think men are yelling and moving towards like, I want to be having a safe space too. Keita, what's up?
That's the first clip. First off, and I want to hear what you guys think. First off, it's not helping my case when I use the word grace, and other people use it.
This is the grace you're talking about? This is the grace you're talking about? I want to.
But anyway, what do you guys think about that clip?
That's why you don't tell a woman anything, because that's how women are. That's how women are.
He just done told you about the roles. He just got finished telling you about the roles.
It's true what he's saying, but that's why you don't do it.
That's interesting.
That's literally why.
Yeah.
Yeah, the roles isn't even what you do. I love that.
You know what I found interesting is that I agree. Is that what you just said? You just said that it's unfortunate that, well, for one, I don't think it's necessary for the guy to be spilling his feelings, period. Like, you don't need to be spilling your feelings. Your feelings don't need to really be spilling in general, right? But let's just say if they are going to spill, they shouldn't be spilling to her. But I also think that the woman also needs to not get a pass for judging. You know what I mean? I don't think that we should not spill just so they shouldn't judge. I think that the women need to overcome being judgmental as well, because there's going to be times, in my opinion, where the lady, or it's going to be maybe noticeable, or we slip up and say something, or we reveal too much, and we shouldn't have to cover our tracks because of that. They should not judge and maybe, well, I don't know about understand, but they shouldn't be so quick to judge, and then to where now we have to worry about, oh, shoot, I slipped up that time, better. Because then it seems like, who are you married to? There's
something I like about that, because I think the limit to that should be your manhood still. Like that should still be the wall where I'm not going to let a woman dictate my actions, but that still doesn't, I'm not going to stop being a man. And what I mean is, you've ever heard of the ick? Have you heard of the ick? They call it, the women, they see something in a man and they get the ick.
Yeah.
That's like a word, that's like a phrase that was like in like red pill dating stuff. Yeah. And now the women learned it. Now the women learned about the ick. And so now they're calling everything ick.
Yeah.
And the guys are like, oh, no, okay, I can't do that. I'm not going to do
exactly.
that. Okay, that's ick. I'm not doing that. Retarded.
Right.
It can't be up to the woman's framing. That's crazy. We should still be free. If you're nerdy and they don't like that, be a nerd. Be you. Be amazing. But be a man. And I don't think all that being said, just because let's say a woman calls crying icky. Well, F you, I'm going to cry anyways. Well, hold on. Let's calm down.
Right.
We don't have to go and
go too far.
Take the joke too far.
I agree. I think that it's just not. There's gonna realistic that a guy at all times is gonna be able to walk around perfectly, right? Ideally, we want to overcome so these things don't come up, but there's gonna be times where the ick pops up because we don't know what they're gonna be icked by. That's one thing. We don't know how. If they're judging every single thing, even if it's not
made up.
Yeah. So the thing is the women have to understand and learn how not to have an ick or overcome this idea of judgment, because there's gonna be moments, whether guys want to say it or admit it or not, where the vulnerability part may come out or just may be noticeable. He looks like he's going through something right now. He had a hard day at work. He's trying to hide it, but it's pretty evident. She shouldn't be like judging him for that or making his life more harder or why aren't you thinking about me or.
But why is your hard day so evident?
Well, it shouldn't be in the perfect world.
And why shouldn't it be?
It's gonna happen.
But why shouldn't it be?
Why shouldn't it be?
Why shouldn't the hard day be evident on your face?
I think it's gonna be.
But why? You said it shouldn't be.
In the perfect world, I think it should.
And in this perfect world, why shouldn't it be?
Because nothing should be affecting you in that way.
Right.
Ideally,
that's how a man is.
But not
and
everybody.
Anything but that is not a man. And I'm not saying I'm not making any claims. I'm just saying what it is.
But that's the pinnacle, right? That's what we want to be. But in the process of that, we're not always there. So that's what I'm saying. There's going to be slip-ups.
I don't even want to call it a pinnacle. Pinnacle sounds too far away. Like a little point up there. I think it's a little closer than we think.
Even when it is hard, you still don't show it. You still be a man about it. Even in the week.
Even when it's tough, it's still closer than we think.
But it shows, though. Like there's times.
Because you're not being a man.
Right.
Because people pick up on things.
But let's not say the women should.
Because people misjudge you.
You said what?
And because people misjudge you.
Yeah.
Because you may not even be thinking what they think that you're thinking. Or feeling what they think that you're feeling. People will read way into something that they see you say or do. Or
I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah. But do you guys think that weakness does show sometimes in front of the women? Sometimes it just happens.
Not for me.
I don't even notice.
It happens.
I don't even notice.
It's gonna happen, and it's gonna continue to happen as we overcome. But we shouldn't have to be. For one, you shouldn't be afraid of it happening. If it happens, oh well. But the woman also shouldn't be judging that. And if she is, it makes you question, like, well, okay, do I even want to marry you? Why are you judging me because I have this moment that I'm not spilling on you, but you notice it in me? That's just my point, is that weakness is not an excuse for a woman to judge. And a man shouldn't be strong just so he's not being judged by the woman.
But that's not why you should be strong, just so you're not judged by the woman. You should just be strong. Because anything other than that, you're putting out trash. No, it's not helping anyone to show your hard day on your face. You're putting out hell. And that's what's making the women crazy. That's what's making the whole world crazy. It's not helping anybody.
I agree.
King David, he danced in the streets in just like his little like undergarments or something like that. Before the Lord, he danced before the Lord. And his wife, Michael, I think was her name.
Michael?
Yeah, her name was Michael.
It was in the Bible?
Yeah.
Sure it wasn't
she was
Michelle?
looking down from above. Big Mike.
I just about.
Bleep.
She would look down on him and she got the ick on him. And she judged him. She despised him in her heart.
Yeah.
And she told him something about it. And he cursed her and she didn't have kids.
Nice. He cursed her.
Yeah, something like that.
But
judging women used to be barren.
I think there's also something to be said.
So he got mad? So David got mad?
I don't know if he got mad.
But whatever he did, he did the right thing. He did the right thing.
But the point is, like, women judge when they judge wrongly. Even when they sense something off with you, they go way into their head and make up stuff. But they believe that they're right. And you're right, they're wrong for judging the weak man. They feel justified in hating weak men, but they hate all men.
But that's a good point too. Men also have to not be insecure about the shortcomings either, because when you're doing that, then now you're giving her the power.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. And there's another clip here, second part, where a woman jumps in and she has her disagreements about this situation here.
And moving towards, like, I want to be having a safe space too. Keita, what's up?
I have a rebuttal to that, and I wonder if our rebuttals match.
What's up?
My question to that is now, because you said that you feel like the conversation goes there, is that just what the conversation turns into, and that's how you solve a problem? Because you might say something, and then I respond, and that's how the conversation is going. Hey, I like the fact you opened up to me, but I didn't like the way you said it. So can we talk like this, or can we do that?
So, in a small example, what I was talking about is what happened just now. Right? Instead of realizing how I felt was legitimate and it was real and it was authentic and it's coming from a place of this is actually happening to me.
What happened?
You said, okay, but maybe it's not happening like this. Maybe it's happening like that.
I gave you a different perspective.
Hold on, let me finish though. I guess what I'm saying is it is that. What happens is don't quote me, but most men on an average basis probably word for word cannot out-argue you or out-discuss you. So what end up happening is if you are more skillful with words, you're more skillful with twisting, semantics, or whatever, you will take control of this conversation, and this man didn't even get out what he actually wanted to get out.
We're giving you every chance to do it, man. Get it out. You said, what happened? The guy in the background said, what happened? Don't tell us.
That was funny.
I will say that there is a type of thing that women tend to do is that when you do say certain things, they know how to over talk and they know how to over explain and manipulate the words to make it now you look like the bad guy. And that's just a guy who doesn't know what's going on. But I think that's what he's missing is that you got to know if she can manipulate you in that way, there's something wrong with you.
Never argue with the devil.
Yeah,
because he's using all these woman words from the very beginning. Be vulnerable, open up, safe space. He's just being a total liberal, looking like a male, but talking like a total liberal woman, black brainwashed liberal woman. And this is what they've been doing to the black men too, by the way. But he's talking. And what he's describing as to what happens between a man and a woman when the man gets into that type of conversation with a woman is exactly what is. Yeah. I totally believe every word he said in terms of what happens because he's trying to talk to a woman about stuff that he has no business talking to her about and getting into a conversation and an argument.
You can't turn the truth against you.
That's what, exactly.
You literally can't. Yeah. And you know, this is a woman talking. What did you say? You said
this man is a woman talking?
Right. You said the reason they're getting into this. Look, the reason they're getting into it is because it's two women talking. He's just as emotional as the person he's talking to. Yeah. And if there was a point in whatever conversation you're having, the point is the point, and the truth is the truth. You need nothing else.
That's what I was gonna say. Is that say if the man is doing the opposite of what he's doing. Say if he's just trying to be straight up and honest, the woman tends to take it personal because that's what he's saying. Is like when I try to have an open, safe space to express myself, you're judging me, and then you use it again, or you take it personal. Now it becomes about you. Well, that's a good point because even when a guy corrects the woman, it should, and the woman takes it personal. Instead of now thinking I'm the bad guy, I'm the meanie or the softie or whatever the situation is, why not look at the truth of it? Is it true? Is this making sense? Does he mean well by saying that, even if it's harsh? And I feel like women tend to sometimes miss the fact that that's actually helpful information for you to listen to. And what I'm trying to do is be helpful, but instead you're looking at me as attacking you. And I think that's a big thing that women deal with.
Big time. That's so funny that they always you use the word attack. You can use anything and you're trying to help the woman or constructive criticism or whatever, and they feel like you're using something against them.
Yeah.
When really you're helping them. You're trying to help them.
Yeah.
Any last comments on that situation?
That was too much talk. That was.
I wonder what the other guys.
It's interesting though. I know.
Yeah, same. It's truly amazing. I mean, Jesse's been talking about it for so long.
Yeah.
And that's he talks like a woman. Like he
Yeah.
moved his head like a
Yeah,
woman. His
yeah.
voice came out like a woman, and the things he cared about was like a woman.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
In other news, this is totally off subject, but it's still interesting stuff. And this is more like a change of pace. So I was just realizing lately, because I've been paying a little bit more attention just watching your guys' shows when it comes to like politics and Jesse's show or whatever. And I follow like some conservatives on Instagram and stuff, social media.
Follow the liberals too.
And that's a good point. I follow a couple on there too. And I realized that in general, it's not looking good for the Democrats right now.
Okay.
You know, the reason why I say is because I don't know if it's just me or I'm just seeing it more lately, but it seems like everything is turning like back on them. And I'm gonna give you guys some examples. So the first one that I realized was the debate, the presidential debate with Biden. That was the first one to where
Huge.
everybody was like backing Biden, even though they knew it was kind of insane to back him, and they seen him walking and falling and all this stuff. But when he spoke, sounded so crazy that everybody kind of knew. That was the first one that kind of turned back on the Democrats.
And that was the people knew this. That's the crazy. The interesting thing about that is the people all know this. The Democrats and the people know this. But that was too far for the political establishment.
Yes, exactly.
I was like, oh,
that's a good point.
oh, we got to do something now.
We have to say something now. This is just too obvious, even though it's been obvious. But that was a big one. The second one is Trump doing the fist. That turned back on the Democrats too, because it showed how much of a real person Trump is, and that even though he almost got shot, he still got up and was like, "Let's keep it going." That was a huge one for the people, for the public. And then and there's more. There's a lot more, but I only brought a few. This other one is, I don't know if you guys seen, but there's a picture circling the internet right now of Tim Walz's relatives wearing Waltz for Trump t-shirts, posing in front of a Trump 2024 banner in front of their home in Nebraska. We have a picture here.
So this is real?
This is real?
It's circling the internet. I checked on, this is from the Daily Beast, so I checked on Daily Beast. TMZ also had some stuff to say about it. And actually TMZ spoke to Tim Walz's mother, Darlene Waltz, and Darlene, Tim Walz's mother, told TMZ she wasn't surprised by the photo because that side of the Waltz family is made up of conservative, devout Catholics.
I heard something about this. That Tim Waltz, the VP pick is Tim Waltz, right?
Tim Waltz. Yeah.
I heard something that his brother is like a huge Trump guy, and like a straight up Republican, and they have rifts because of that.
Yeah.
People have been saying that his brother and the people who served with him are against him. Say he has no character and stuff like that.
Interesting.
Because people have been saying, like, veterans who were in the same regiment with him or whatever said, "Oh, he abandoned us" or something like that, or he didn't go with us to whatever. And I don't know what the truth is about that situation, but I just know that there's a whole lot of talk about that, and they're accusing him of stolen valor or something like that.
Yeah, I heard some stuff.
And I don't really know or really care that much
about
it. I know that he's a phony guy. I know that he has like he has some semblance of masculinity to him.
Yeah.
Which I kind of like.
Just the aggressiveness. Yeah.
And he comes off pretty well in speaking sometimes, at least the little clip that I saw.
Yeah.
But he seemed like a phony politician, really. And this thing about the Waltzes for Trump. Oh, so that side of the family. What does that mean, that side of the family?
Those people?
I don't know what that means. That means like his brother and...
Right, where is it like from marriage? Like, what
is it from like the mother's side or the father's side? Or what?
It says
side
the second...
That's interesting.
The people in the photo are the second cousins to Tim.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm more confused. I don't know how the second cousin works.
Yeah,
so does that mean...
We need your help here.
I don't know. Because I would call people second cousins when they weren't actually second cousins. They were just my cousin's cousins.
Oh.
So first cousins is my uncle, my mom's brother or sister's kids.
Right.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
first cousins.
I get that one.
So where does the?
I think second cousins is their kids.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not
Oh.
sure.
Yeah.
So
I think so.
I forget
think
what
so.
second cousins means.
Yeah, I think so.
But-
No, or the parents, like my mom's cousin,
Her
is my
children.
second cousin.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
See, that's. Oh, yeah, that could be.
Yeah. I think that's how the second part goes. But
Yeah.
either way,
You
it's
guys wanna
close
see a chart?
enough.
Or my cousin's kids.
Yeah, let's see.
You want to see a chart?
Or my mom's
cousin
cousin's
chart?
kids.
The cousin chart.
This may not be the same for all societies. I hear a lot about inbreeding, but it says you is in that first column,
Okay.
and then right beside, and then the two, it says father and mother,
Okay.
and then it says you, so that's you, the son or daughter of your father or mother.
Okay.
Then right next to that it says brother or sister.
Yeah.
And then under you says your son or daughter, and then their son or daughter would be your grandson or granddaughter. Yeah. And then in the column, so the mother has a uncle, your uncle, so your mother's brother has a child, and that's your first cousin.
Okay.
That's your first cousin, right? Your second cousin is the
Wait, so
what the?
Okay, first cousin once removed is your mother or father's cousin.
cousin, yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
So then
And
that's
first
why my
cousin once
mom-
removed means
Yeah.
means something. I don't
Means
know
you're
what that
like-
means.
Uncle.
So like so my my brother and sister here, and then so my mom's brother is uncle right here. His son is my first cousin,
Yeah.
but
Oh, and
my mom, but this would be my uncle's cousin, would be second cousin, and that's where my second cousin come in.
Oh.
So people are probably so confused.
Don't worry,
So-
you'll cut this perfectly.
To make it simple, my cousin is
Test.
my uncle's child, but my uncle's cousin is my second cousin.
your uncle's cousin.
No, my mom's cousin is my second
Yeah,
cousin.
your mom or dad's cousin is your first cousin once removed, and then their children are your second cousin.
Oh, first cousin once removed, and their children would be my second cousin.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, okay, that makes
So, my mom has a cousin, and her cousin has kids, and those kids are my second cousins.
Amazing.
Okay, nice.
Anyway,
Whose cousin? Tim Waltz. That's what we're talking about.
so
Second cousin.
that is
One thing I need to correct on this
Yeah.
picture that you just showed about the Tim waltzes for Trump. There should be no apostrophe S. It should be just an S.
That's
Waltz for
that
Trump.
side of the family.
oh, they had it on the shirts.
Yeah, it put Waltz apostrophe S for Trump. No, it's just waltzes.
The point of it all is that like it's weird that all these things are coming out at this like crucial time of the election, and it seems like all of it is turning back on the Democrats. I don't know if I'm just seeing it more because the people that I'm following or whatever, but on a mass scale, these are like big deals. Like this picture is circling the internet, right? This is not just on conservative media, though. This is going viral. Also, the Joe Biden presidential debate with Trump, that was viral moments. Everybody saw that.
Yeah.
And then the fisting, that's probably the most famous
huge.
thing of the year. So all these things keep pointing back to Trump, pointing back to the Republicans. So I think who knows what will happen? Nobody will know, but if people are paying attention, it's looking like the Republicans are in the lead.
That guy is in the
That's-
bag. It's still their election to win, you say? It feels like that to me too.
You talk about with the Democrats?
No, it's the Republicans' election to win.
It seems like it's being pointed in that direction if you're paying attention, right? Because there's liberals and Democrats who would say deny it or say that that's not true, or if the Democrats win, it'll say it was by a landslide. But if you're paying attention, like I'm saying, you can see
the
that
bellwethers.
it's obvious. It seems like it's pretty obvious at this point the direction that things are going into. But
I mean, I was thinking that the Democrat National Convention. Remember how good that was, though?
yeah,
Because that was really that was a win for them.
Yeah.
They were so entertaining, like you
That's
said.
true.
It was empty,
true.
but it was entertaining.
It feels like in my head when I'm picturing it, it feels like conservatives 4, Democrats 1. That's what it feels like. It just feels like because they did. If we're comparing DNC to the conventions, it's just there's no competition. The Democrats totally.
Yeah.
If it was up to just that would have been evident.
You know, you go on the Kamala Harris's campaign website. It still, I'm looking at it now, still has no policy positions on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how brazen they are with it. That's
What does
how
that mean? What does that
shameless.
mean?
You know, you'd think and during an election cycle, the candidate will on their website and other places put out, "This is why you're voting for me." They don't. They're not even pretending to do that.
That's true. In
They're not even.
2016,
Usually, you got to have some pretense. Even
Yeah.
if you're lying to the people in an election, you still got to at least say, "This is why you're voting for me." This is line it out. Go to this website. They don't even do that. They're not even pretending to care about that.
on DonaldJTrump.com back in 2016, I remember reading about the immigration thing and how Mexico is going to pay for the wall via remittances. They're going to tax remittances or whatever. Because I remember reading that on the website. It was right there.
Mm-hmm.
But the media would play like, "Oh, how are you going to do it?" As if it's not on the website.
Right. Yeah. Go read the website. Yeah.
Right. Interesting.
Shameless.
What do you think about the fact that the family, Walt's own family, is basically kind of trash talking him and getting involved in this?
It almost seems like that. It almost seems like an intentional jab at Waltz.
Yeah.
By doing it like, let's all go to the front of the and pose in front of our Trump banner and say, us the Waltz don't endorse our own second cousin.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like. I kind
May
of
I?
like it though.
Here's some information. I was just reading about this very story. So it turns out the brother, turns out they didn't mean for this to be like a big deal. He's saying, I didn't want to influence anybody. I posted this on Facebook, which may not have been the best place to post it, according to him. It's like, you should know. It's online, man. But he said, I posted it on Facebook. You maybe think, maybe it's his personal Facebook or something. But still, that's online. People are going to find that. So he's saying he didn't really want to influence stuff. He reiterates that. So basically the media latched onto some comments that the brother said about you don't want him running things about his own brother, about Tim Waltz.
Yeah.
And he's clarifying that he didn't mean anything nasty though. Like our childhoods were fine. I just meant that he farts or something when we take long trips. So he's trying to be like brotherly and like and not ruin his in a nasty way.
Yeah.
But he's still making it clear that he is a Republican. He doesn't support his brother in that way.
Yeah.
But he didn't want it to be a big deal like this, apparently.
So he downplayed it and he literally said that?
Yeah.
That makes me think less of Tim Waltz because that means that family's weak. And not that I want the brother to be bashing his brother and saying, "Oh, he has no character" or whatever. I mean, I don't know. That feels a little wrong to be that personal with your own brother just because of politics.
Oh, like
I mean,
to say that kind of stuff on Facebook. Yeah.
I mean, it's just, it seems like you're using, it's like Mary Trump. Remember Mary Trump, the niece, Trump's niece, who wrote this whole book and said, "Oh, he definitely said the N-word before."
Oh, yeah.
And stuff like that.
Yeah.
When asked, by the way.
Yeah.
She's just so weird.
Yeah.
And I don't know what he's like. I don't know what his real spirit is, but it's like Tim Waltz has this phony calm. I heard his first interview, his co-interview with Kamala Harris last week with CNN. And he just has this, it sounds calming, it sounds confident, deep voiced, but there's just this like fakeness to it. And if he's saying he literally said he farts.
He didn't
on
say it
long
like
trips.
that. He said,
Okay.
I said it, I'm paraphrasing the story because I don't remember exactly how he put it, but he had basically said something like, you don't want him running things. And so all sorts of rumors, like, what did he mean? What skeletons in the closet does Tim Waltz have?
Right.
And then he came out ahead of those saying, no, I meant like, we just had weird things. We just had, you don't want to take long trip rides with him, he said.
Okay.
Because
It's
of
kind of
flatulence,
like a
basically
silly-
the implication.
I wonder why
the implication was flatulence.
I almost don't even like that the brother, even joking around like that, even if it was Tim Walz not running, it's just weird to put out in the public. Like,
Yeah.
I wish my brother or somebody in my family would say, well, Joel does this in the
Right.
car. It's like, why is that? Why does everybody need to know? But I do like that the house is divided in that way to where it's like, hey, we support Trump and we're gonna make it known. I don't care if this is my
That's
second
fair.
cousin type of thing.
Might
but
as well ride that wave.
it is
But
well.
they don't have protection that he may have, meaning they don't have Secret Service.
Oh,
So they may be smarter to keep a low profile. If they're doing this for politics, they could get threats, they could get doxxed.
Yeah.
It's nasty. I don't know if it's wise to be doing this.
But culturally, whites tend to be more proud and careless. So I
True.
wouldn't be,
Yeah, they'll get,
I wouldn't be
they'll get
surprised
themselves
if
in
they
trouble.
were just like, screw it.
Yeah.
It really does feel like a brother spat more than really political and politically important. It felt like two brothers with and their spat, their brother stuff is now like kind of public. It's like, oh wait, I actually don't want him running things, but I don't want to ruin his campaign here. I didn't mean it like that. And it feels like brother stuff. Like,
It reminds me of the Kennedys. How the Kennedys are turning on Robert F. K. Jr. because they disagree with him and they think that he's helping Trump and this is so bad and we're liberals now. We're like off the deep end liberals.
Are they
like the
saying
rest
stuff?
Of the culture.
Are they saying stuff?
Yeah, they're talking crap
Oh,
about
interesting.
him.
I didn't know.
Well,
that.
some of them are. Some of the Kennedys are.
they're doing the rounds with the media. It's like, really, you're gonna do the rounds with the media against your family?
Right.
Wow.
It's nasty.
They ain't no
Seems
love in
evil.
America in the
Yeah,
families.
True.
Zero love in America.
What do you guys think? So as far as like, what do we have? What are we in? September, October, November, 3 months. Where do you guys think is, like, from your perspective on where it's looking for
Less
Trump?
than 3 months. It's like 2 months.
2 months.
Because
September,
we're at
October.
beginning
Oh, yeah.
September, October, November.
It's like 60
yeah.
days, I believe. 60 or 61 days.
2 months, basically.
How do you think as a whole it's looking in general for Donald Trump or Republicans? I'm really speaking on Donald Trump, but just in general, how do you think it looks for the party?
It could really go either way. Neither way would really surprise me. Trump, I have some confidence in Trump to fight like a man, but I don't have confidence in the voters. I don't have confidence in anybody on his team necessarily, although I kind of like Corey Lewandowski.
Yeah.
And I'm iffy on J.D. Vance, whatever. And I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, see.
And, that's there's a mass brainwashing campaign against him that's been going on for a long time. And the energy that's there is heavy against him. And they're trying to pump up Kamala as though she's like an Obama with all the excitement around Obama, all that phony excitement on Obama. She just doesn't have that fake charm that he had or that he has. But still, there's a whole push for her. So who knows?
That's why I think that's why, in my opinion, it kind of falls short a bit. Like, it's a competitive campaign for those reasons because people are so blind. Yeah. It's a very competitive campaign for those reasons. But even the Obama thing isn't even all. Even the Obama thing is DEI because they're the incumbents right now. At least before Obama came in with change. Now they're doing the Obama change thing, but they're the ones who are in office.
Right.
Change what? So it's competitive for those reasons. I've heard some interesting takes on the election and the minutia. I can't bring myself to follow it.
Yeah.
All this fake stuff, Republican, Democrat, they suck. But people following it, and some of these interesting kind of ups and downs with the Trump campaign versus the Kamala Harris campaign. There's been some interesting flips in the betting markets, in how big Trump's lead was before the assassination and how little it is now. Mm-hmm. It's definitely it seems like a competitive election.
Wait, when you mean how little it is, what do you mean?
Well, right after the assassination and right before the Republican National Convention, the assassination attempt.
Yeah.
Trump was it was his race. You might as well make him president right then. In the betting markets, he was like 80 cents above Kamala Harris. In the in the polls for the swing states, Georgia, Michigan, all these swing states, he was like, Psh, those are his. And those swing states are important because those are the ones that are in contention. It can go either way, and they decide the election. Those states, and now that lead is like
gotten smaller. Interesting.
wait,
Why?
for a number of
People forget.
the excitement with Kamala, that she became a media darling for a little bit.
And the excitement for Trump wears
wore
off after
off.
you see him, like, people have forgotten about the assassination attempt, basically.
So what do they do different when they get excited? And what are they going to do that shows these numbers? Like, what are they doing? Are
I
they
guess polling? Is it polling?
What is that? What is
polling. It's like a collection of polling from these different precincts, states, and all that.
that? Like polling means what
Like
exactly?
they call up people, or they, I don't know who fills out a survey. I've never
okay.
filled one out.
I forget.
Interesting. It makes sense though. Once the excitement starts to die out, then people start to. I'm not gonna lie, because, like, finish your point. I don't know if
No,
you're done.
I have nothing to say.
But just like in the bigger picture of things, I could be missing some of the details. That's why I asked you guys too what you thought about it. But I'm not gonna lie, when I seen that the Democrats packed that, allegedly, we don't know for sure, but we think they did. They packed the full DNC out with all those people. It was a little bit surprising because there was this stuff going out on the Republican side saying that there was no crowds.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
know.
then when
People
I-
are quick to make claims.
Yeah, so then when I'm like, oh, okay, there's no crowd. This is a landslide. This is like Trump got this in the bag. And then DNC was packed like that and cheering and going crazy. Then I was like, okay, wait, so what is really going on? But I do see these little instances of, like, things turning in Trump's favor. Like I said, the Joe Biden thing and the
Right.
Waltz thing. But as a bigger picture, maybe you guys see something different. That's why I was wondering.
RFK, even I know they're liberals. Even Elon Musk, yeah, they're liberals. Fine. I'm not saying they should be in the Trump administration and run things. Maybe a little bit,
Right.
but these are all those signs that you're talking about. I'm writing your energy.
Yeah.
Because what I'm trying to say here is that despite all this political punditry I've heard, and these people are real smart, and they got all the minutia. I still think it's Trump's election to win for some of these kind of basic reasons.
Yeah.
Like there's some bellwethers in popular culture. I'm trying to think of some now, but just bellwethers in just basic popular culture.
RFK Jr.
RFK.
endorsing him.
I forgot about
That
that.
people-
too.
Musk endorsing
Yeah.
him.
And
That's
they're
another
just like
point.
pro-Trump, and
Yeah.
it's his to win, in my opinion.
Nice.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I would love for him to win. I think that he has a good chance, and we'll see.
Yeah. How should we end this?
Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. Hit the button over here. Subscribe over there. Ring the bell
I'm
over
not doing all that editing with all this. That's not gonna pop up over there. It's not gonna pop up.
Ain't nothing popping up. And the people like, where? Just hit the button. Y'all know what to do. Bye.
But you didn't say to Punchie TV, but I'll put that up. Punchy TV.
I ain't know I was supposed to say that.
You just subscribe to Punchy TV.
Oh,
But that's fine.
but they know they're
look.
looking at Punchie
I
TV.
know, that's fine.
We'll put that in. Put that in the edit. That part, that little conversation.
Yeah, put that in there.
Or,
Don't be one of the vulnerable people.
Yeah. Build up. Oh,
We made it.
We weren't recording.
Imagine the whole time.
Let's do it all again.